Hello, star seeds, star fam, old souls, earth angels, and everybody in between who's watching this video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit like and subscribe and drop in the comments below what you've been experiencing so far with this intuition boosting challenge. All right, so it's day 6 today. And our intention is going to be clearing out that column of light, and we are moving up into that navel chakra, the womb space, the energetic womb space. So we really want to focus on clearing that womb space, the energetic womb space, which means we're going to be doing a lot of clearing throughout the Akashic records, and also throughout this lifetime or multidimensional experiences. Any trauma we've had with being born or inside of the womb, especially clearing out as well any sexual trauma. So really just moving through any infertilities or any issues with childbirth. So let's see what these beings say when I connect to them. Hello and welcome. Yes. We're going to be moving into that energetic womb space today, and this is a very important work to do. So what we are going to be creating here is also going to be clearing abandonment and betrayal, separation at its finest. So there's been a lot of old souls, especially, who when they come into earth, they experience separation from their mother. So yeah, they're just showing lots of different scenarios. So like really, me, myself personally, I was born dead, and that was a pretty big separation, and it's something I've done a lot of work on clearing. But they're also showing like a lot of kids being born at the hospital and just like being ripped out of their mother's arms and taken to those little incubator things, and also a lot of people getting their cord snipped way too soon because there's a lot of beings coming in right now with a lot of nurturing energy, and they're just saying like, they're saying with frequency to start focusing on the positive aspects of being born into this world, because it's not just when we first arrive into this earth plane and take our first breath of air with those lungs. It's also before we come out. A lot of us receive this separation or mother wounding that is generational and programmed into human DNA. That is like, there's often a fear in the mother of the actual birthing process. There's this like wanting to just get that baby out of you and get it over with, because it's uncomfortable and it's pretty hot. You get really hot. You get really like tired, hungry, your back hurts, baby's like kicking you in the lungs and stuff. So there can be this like just wanting to get that baby out of there, and that can create some interesting feelings in a child, because that's not exactly the kind of energy you want to start having with your mom, who is your only link to the physical world at that time, sort of, technically. And especially if you're an old soul, you may have lived thousands of lifetimes where you came into this world and were experiencing that type of energy. So we really want to be clearing that energy, and in order to do that, we're also going to need to bring up all of the fragmented versions of ourselves that fragmented off either A, in the womb, or B, when we were born, or shortly after we were born. So we're going to be bringing all of those outside of our bodies right now, and just putting them a little bit further away from us, and we're going to bring our higher selves in beside us as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of extra healing today, it looks like. So just going to ask your little versions of you what their primary emotion is, and if you don't feel like you can communicate with them, just try doing the grounding meditation first and have an open mind and open heart, see what happens. So just gonna ask all of those little versions of ourselves to line up. And when you feel the energy shift, when you see them lining up, you and your higher self together can now start to ask them, what is your primary emotion of this group? And yeah, so what I'm getting is sadness, separation, and fear. So we're gonna be just draining those emotions via like a vacuum cord that is gonna be recycling that energy in the earth. And we're gonna also be asking them, like, why were you created? Was it to keep me safe? Was it to control me, protect me? There's lots of reasons that pieces of us can fragment off, but we really want to get to know them and start up some kind of a dialogue so they can be seen and heard. So just giving our higher selves a moment to start cleaning out that energy, clearing out those patterns, those programs, really going deeply into that energetic womb space, going into that second chakra. We also want to start clearing blocks to our creativity, blocks to sharing and shining our light creatively with the world, blocks to receiving or monetizing off of our soul's purpose, our soul's gifts. So being creative and joyous in what we can create. Yeah, so they're also saying they want to start clearing this paradigm of lack and separation, and it's really the theme of abandonment or betrayal. It's also the mother wound, so they're gonna start taking out that grief, that despair, that separation, the anger, the judgment, those dark clouds. And when you start to clear these types of energies, you can often really change a lot in your reality, because if you were cut off and disconnected in your first moments of life, chances are that's going to be a theme or a pattern for the rest of your life until you start to address that energy and take a look at it. So really just bringing through this energy, and those 17th density beings are connecting with us now, scanning through our Akashic records, scanning through all of our births, scanning through all our experiences. They're also saying there's a lot of people out there who have this like abandonment, separation wound, who are just like feeling like maybe their star family just dropped them off and stranded them on this earth and they can't escape, or they're trapped, and that's a lot of heavy energy. They're just saying this is like an untruth. It's just part of waking up in this reality. It's part of remembering who you are, is remembering that you are always infinitely connected to everything, and that your star family is supporting you as much as you are open to receive in whatever way they can, whether that would be signs and synchronicities, aha moments, whether that be like your guardian angel saving your life when you get in a car accident or almost get in a car accident, whether that be through direct telepathic communication or popping up in front of you saying, hey, how's it going? I'm your star family, blah, 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 blah. So just really being open to receive that. And when you start to clear these deep, deep wounds of lack and separation and abandonment and betrayal, and those feelings of being trapped here, that's when we can start to create like a safe container for our energy to expand. So when you're clearing out the chakras, the bottom triangle, it kind of connects into the heart, okay? So there's gonna be like those 3 lower chakras, and they're gonna make a triangle, and then the heart space is like the tip of that triangle. And then there's also 3 chakras on the top. They form another triangle that connects into the heart space. So it's almost like you're stacking up these triangles, aligning these triangles, and right now we're really creating the foundation or the base for these triangles to start supporting our energy. Yeah. So they're also wanting to mention that some really good ways to support your you guys are funny. Some really good ways to support your navel chakra is to wear orange, like me, and you can also eat orange foods like squashes, butternut squash, kombucha squash, spaghetti squash, pumpkin. I guess a lot of orange foods are pumpkins, oranges, they're saying, tangerines, also ginger kind of supports that, but if you have like some bee pollen, that can be really good too. They're saying that's kind of more solar plexus-y, but it also starts to like create that foundation, and it's very healthy and full of nutrients. It's nutrient dense, so it also has all kinds of other really great benefits. Anyways, another thing you can do to start clearing your physical body is, of course, Kundalini yoga, somatic dance movement. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it up, shake it out. You can go outside and be in the sun and breathe into your belly button, breathe into your lower dantian. You can also do some meditation practices. Just be open to receive and know that whatever pops up in your reality is gonna be right for you. It's gonna be bang on the money. So I guess that would almost conclude this session for today, but they're just saying, yeah, happy Lionsgate portal. That's the day that I filmed this. So they're just bringing through some energy into that navel chakra now, into that dantian, and giving us some life force energy upgrades. They're just bringing through this energy and this vibe of like forgiveness, acceptance, forgiveness. So I'm just bringing that through, and they're also showing like the root chakra and the navel chakra just having this little pathway, this trickle starting to form. So they're saying for a lot of us it could be really necessary to like do some circling like this, where you are kind of focusing energy into your belly button, or kind of like breathing and moving your body, because it's gonna start to move the dense energy. And they're saying this is one of the energy centers where the energy can be very dense, especially with the root chakra as well. So it's really, really integral to get that movement happening, whatever that might be, just setting the intention that your body's safe to release and stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. So just asking them if there's anything else they wanted to say or do, and they're just kind of like doing this balancing looping circle. So for me, what came through earlier today when I was doing my own like alignment practice was just kind of did a lot of inner child healing for having to parent myself. So I'm guessing that inner child healing and facing the shadow has been a really big kind of theme for this Lionsgate portal. So making sure that you spend a little bit of time connecting also with your inner child, not just the little baby version of your inner child, but all those pieces and parts of the inner child, and just giving them, showering them with some love today. Maybe just imagining connecting with them, maybe doing something that honors your inner child, like hopscotch or wearing a Disney shirt. Whether that be watching one of your favorite cartoons when you were a kid, like maybe the Care Bears, playing hopscotch, but also just remembering to let them know that they were not an inconvenience and that you have and always will be there for them, regardless of whatever they went through, that you still love them and care for them. And just opening your heart to connect with that inner child. So let's also bring out the inner childs right now in honor of this lovely clearing. Everyone's just bringing out their inner child out of their body, moving it far away, and we're just gonna start sucking out any sadness or inconvenience or heavy, dense energies from the inner child. And when we start to remove those energies from the inner child, it's also removed from us. And we're gonna go ahead and all of those versions of our inner child and the baby us, we're gonna go ahead and reconnect them all back to source energy, reconnecting them with the divine mother, the divine father, the elements, the earth, whatever they need to be connected to in this now moment, and really just assigning them a new energy. So getting the higher self to assign new energies to these little versions of us, whether that be unconditionally loving ourselves or rest and relaxation, self-care, fostering a deeper connection with yourself, learning a new skill, reading a book. I see the higher selves handing out lots of tasks to little, very excited inner children right now. And then we're gonna start welcoming all of those fragments of us back into our bodies, bringing them all back, welcoming them back, bringing them back inside, and filling our body up with unconditional love to replace and redesignate all the energy that we just removed. Allowing any patterns, programs to simply just melt away and be reprogrammed, repatterned in the quantum field. Allowing our density to rise up, rising up, up, rising in love. All right, have a nice day, and I'll see you tomorrow.